It was one of those cold but bright mornings, you know, the kind where the sun tricks you into thinking it's warm until you actually step outside. George was already out there fixing the front gate. Apparently it had a wobble, although between you and me, everything in this house has a wobble according to him. I made him a cup of tea and took it out to him. The steam blowing sideways in the breeze. I made it just the way he likes it, milky. Honestly, it was practically beige. If mine looked like that, I'd send it back to myself. He was grateful. He took it straight away, hands wrapped around the mug like it was the first bit of warmth he's felt all day. I bought him out 2 ginger biscuits as well. Those are his favourites. He looked at the plate as if I handed him treasure. I stood with him for a while and took the cup and plate back and left him to it. Jenny from work called this evening while I was in the middle of cooking dinner. She told me it was a quick call, but honestly, there's no such thing as a quick call when me and Jenny get chatting. Anyway, she just wanted to tell me Jamie had asked her if she could swap holiday dates with him. But she couldn't because she's already booked her flights. 2 weeks in Lanzarote, non-refundable. He was disappointed, but he understood. She told me she stopped in that new store in the high street. They've got an opening sale on. She bought 2 pairs of skinny jeans and 2 tops. 25% off. She said it was really busy in there. I'll have to check it out. I saw when they were doing it up. I'll pop in there on my way home from work next week. Anyway, I told her I couldn't stop. She caught me in the middle of cooking a shepherd's pie. I had to drain off the potatoes. She said they were having chicken Kiev served with Hasselback potatoes. Very fancy. And peas. I had to put my slippers under the radiator to dry off. I stepped in a patch of grass that I thought was dry when I was out front with George earlier. I'm in bare feet now. Well, Not exactly. I've got my thick fleece socks on. They're almost like slippers. I asked George if he finished his engineering project. He proudly told me the gate is now fully functional. No wobbles, no creaking. We all sat around the dining room table to eat this evening. Shepherd's pie was a big hit. Well, it always is in this house. It's everyone's favourite. I do make a good shepherd's pie. I always make sure that the top is golden all over and the mash is nice and creamy. And good quality minced lamb. I go to the local butcher's on the high street. Been going to him for years. As long as we've lived here. And that's actually 20 years now. Two brothers run it, Darren and Steve. Their dad used to run it before. He's retired now to the coast. And handed it over to his sons. I've never met their dad. The boys are nice though. Always welcoming. I wash up as I go. So I only had the plates, the cutlery and the pie dish to wash up. Well, I gave them a rinse and loaded everything in the dishwasher. And then I gave the side and the stove top a good clean down. We all settled down on the sofa to watch a film. Then I remembered that we had some choc ices in the freezer. We had one each. Can't beat a good choc ice, no matter what the weather. After the film, Emma, Alexi's friend from across the road, rang. She wanted to know if Alexi could come over for a little while. Apparently she's got a new computer game or something and wanted to show Lexi. Well, it's a Saturday, so I said it would be okay for her to go for a few hours. I stood at the front door and watched her cross over the road. By the time she crossed, Emma and her mum had their door open to let her in. We gave each other a quick wave. The wind had really picked up now, and the air had that iciness to it. I was just about to close the front door when shorts and t-shirt John pulled up. I watched him park up and take his shopping out of the car. We had a little chat. Said I was headed in because it was freezing cold. But he just laughed, standing there in his bright blue shorts and red t-shirt, saying that he thought it was perfect weather. But my toes were getting numb just standing there talking to him. I went back inside under my fleece blanket on the sofa. I put my feet on George. He said they felt like ice cubes. I popped into the high street earlier. I needed more butter for my shepherd's pie topping. It's not far. Just a nice 15-minute walk. 10 if I walk more briskly. Anyway, on the way back, I was walking up and the Baxters have already started putting up their Christmas decorations. It's only October. They really do go to town with their lights every year. To be fair, it does cheer up the street. All those lights and decorations. Lots of family actually pull over in their cars to get a better look and take pictures. I do always think their electric bill must be astronomical though. They've got one of those massive inflatable snowmen again this year. You know, the ones that slowly deflate, then just sort of like randomly spring back to life. Like they're trying to scare someone. That was just going up as I was walking past. I gave Mr. Baxter a quick wave. We didn't stop for a chat. We were both busy. They're a lovely family, though. They've lived on the street for years. They've got 2 young twin boys. When they're finished, I'll bring the kids by to have a look. Lexi's back now. I watched as she crossed the road. Emma and her mum watched her across as well. They always do. We gave each other a wave again and shouted good night. I locked the door with the key. I've got no plans to go out again tonight. I told the kids it was time for them to go up and shower, get into their pyjamas. They grumbled a little and complained, as usual. About 5 minutes later, they finally went up. When they came downstairs, I did them a hot chocolate and toast. They ate round the dining table while they watched their programme on TV. When they finished, I agreed that they could have their tablets for an hour before bed. I left them in the sitting room on the sofa, watching cat videos on their tablet, giggling and laughing. I started folding the bathroom towels in the kitchen. I'd washed them and dried them earlier in the tumble dryer. I love the smell of fresh laundry. And then I thought, well, I might as well do 20 minutes of ironing. An hour later before I started packing away the ironing board. I just really enjoy ironing. The time just drifts away so quickly. I daydream my way through it. I actually find it quite satisfying, ironing out all the creases. Earlier today I saw Tobby Happy Guy. He was cheerfully building his shed. He gave me his usual cheerful wave and a smile. He's always got a project on the go. I made George and I a cup of tea. And just as I sat down on the sofa, I got a text from Helen. They won't be coming to Carvery tomorrow. Well, they've been away visiting Helen's mum since Friday. They were due back tomorrow morning, but they've decided to stay longer. Apparently her brother turned up with his kids, and she hasn't seen him in ages. So they wanted to spend more time with them. Well, it's perfectly understandable. They've always been close, her and her brother Steve. He used to live just down the road from her, he and his family. And they used to join us every Sunday for Sunday carvery as well, until he moved away for work. His firm relocated, so they all moved. I told her to send our love to her mum and her brother and the kids. I told George it'll just be us for Sunday lunch tomorrow. He asked if I still wanted to go. It's been years that we've had Sunday lunch with Helen and her family at the carvery. I can't even actually remember the last time we haven't all eaten Sunday lunch together. And then he quickly said, actually, it'll be nice just the four of us. I suggested that I could make Sunday lunch at home for a change. He said no. We should relax, no cooking, no washing up. And that afterwards we should take a walk around the common and nature reserves. That'll be nice. We relaxed on the sofa for a few hours. We actually found a good series to watch and just started watching one episode after another. It was nice actually, just the two of us, feet up, half watching, half talking over bits we've missed and pausing. Every so often we'd get up to get snacks we didn't really need. By the end of the last episode, we both looked at each other with the same tired look on our faces. The one that says, I can't keep my eyes open anymore. So we finally admitted defeat. We'll finish off the other episodes another night. We've got plenty to go. I did my usual rounds of the living room, straightened the cushions, folded the throw back over the armchair, and cleared up the mugs and snack wrappers. Checked the back door, lights off, heating started crackling its way down. It's that quiet time of night where the house suddenly feels softer, like it's settling down with us. And honestly, it's been the nicest end to the day. And then I do my own routine. I always use the loo before brushing my teeth and flossing. The 2 small lamps give enough light into the bathroom. I sit at my vanity and apply a generous amount of moisturiser to my face, neck and hands. My skin's been drying out at this time of year. I give my hair a good brush through. And then I put my phone and watch on the charger. I took a quick look at my watch. I actually managed to close all of my rings. Just popped in to check in on Luke and Lexi. They're fast asleep. The light goes off and the room goes quiet. As usual, the soft orange street lights peek through the gap in the curtain. I actually leave the gap. I don't know why, but that light just gives me comfort. I can't explain it. And the peak of light from under the bedroom door, from the landing.